Thelma tell him just now? Kayikunmi has been exposed. Guys, let me start from the beginning so that we all know how we arrived here. So this morning, Thelma, Emisi, and some other housemates were in the kitchen, and they were having conversation about some housemates holding some of the food items. So Emisi now mentioned Thelma, that Thelma used to hold food items. I think according to her, she has seen Thelma one day eating something that she felt Thelma hooded. So Thelma was now asking her, if you say I hold something, can you be specific? Tell me the particular thing you saw me eating, the particular thing you think I hid. I may have explanation for that. Because according to her, she said the only time she have something was share bread that she normally keeps her Roe Boy and Otega's own, because you know they are close to her. So she said those her friends, they are not really bread people. Share bread normally, she normally keeps their own share, and sometimes she eats it because they are her friends. So she was trying to tell Emisi, say the particular thing so that I will explain. But Emisi did not say anything. So she fired back at Emisi, and he was saying that you can't just be calling someone like that when you are not sure of what the person saw eating, because Emisi couldn't come up with something. Emisi couldn't really pick and say, oh, this is what I saw you eating. So Thelma now replied and was like, for example, now if I say Kayikunmi is eating something, I'll be able to say what Kayikunmi is eating. Kayikunmi was around there, so Kayikunmi just came and was like, what did you say I'm eating? What did you say I'm eating? So she was like, I didn't call your name, I didn't say you are eating anything, I'm just using it for an explanation, I'm just using it for instance that if I say you are eating something, I'll be able to say what you are eating. So Kayikunmi was just going on and on about it, and before you know it, they started insulting themselves. They started throwing insults. Isabella called Kayikunmi dumb. So they were just insulting themselves. And the next thing, and the next thing, Thelma just told him, okay, you are the one that stole the bread Kaybobo was looking for. And the house caught fire. Everybody was shouting. Guys, we all know how that Kaybobo and bread stuff, we all know how, and I made video on that the last time, but you know it wasn't really detailing. It's now when they are having this problem that I now really got to know the history of this their bread stuff. So let me just flash to this their game. They started doing a game of confession this afternoon. You know, every housemate, I don't know if it was that bread stuff, that Kayikunmi and Thelma issue that actually make them started doing that confession kind of stuff. It's a game that every housemate, you just be confessing things that you have done in the house. It's actually fun. After that altercation with Thelma, so Kayikunmi was given a mic. They gave this water empty rubber bottle, so they were using it as mic. Kayikunmi was not talking, was not, you know, speaking how that bread stuff came about. So according to him, he said Kaybobo, Isabella and Mensa were in the kitchen. I think the bread belongs to Kaybobo, and it's like Kaybobo already collected from the bread and ate before Kayikunmi just came from upstairs. He saw the bread on the table and he just grabbed the bread. According to him, he said he was very, very surprised that the three people in the kitchen that were there, they didn't see him collecting the bread, because he actually didn't hide it. He just picked the bread up from the because they were in the discussion they were having, so they didn't really know when Kayikunmi came and collected the bread. But the surprising thing is that Kayikunmi said Isabella saw him when he collected the bread, but Isabella just played along. Isabella didn't say anything. The shocking thing is that when Kaybobo started looking for the bread and he started, you know, shouting and screaming, Isabella was like his hype man. Isabella was among the people that was even shouting at Mensa and telling Mensa, you are the one that took it, you are the one that took it. So it's actually somehow surprising that Isabella, which is Kayikunmi's girlfriend, had seen Kayikunmi from the beginning collecting the bread. She actually kept quiet because it was her boyfriend. She was trying to cover for him, and he was accusing the wrong person. Do you guys see it? So now, according to Kayikunmi, he said he took the bread upstairs. Okay, he said when he was taking the bread upstairs, Bright Morgan saw him. And he said, okay, he said after he collected the bread, he wrapped it with his towel. He wrapped his towel over it so that nobody will know what he was holding. But when he was going upstairs, he said Bright Morgan saw him. And Bright Morgan, without knowing the exact thing he was holding in that towel, but he know he must have stolen something. So he started shouting, thief, thief, thief. So he said he just gave Bright Morgan, a sign like this. And Bright Morgan just kept quiet, and played through it. So he went upstairs with the bread, holding the bread. He said when he got upstairs, Thelma was upstairs. He just flashed the bread in Thelma's face. Thelma saw the bread, but Thelma didn't talk. I think he told Thelma, don't tell anybody, something like that. So while he was upstairs, I think Kaybobo already looked at the table and he didn't find the bread again, and he started accusing Mensa, because we saw the clips when Kayikunmi was upstairs holding the bread, and there was already noise downstairs, from that accusation. Mensa actually cried because of that thing. The accusation really got to him because he kept on saying that he was not the one that did it. He was not the one that did it. So when Kayikunmi got upstairs, he dropped the bread beside Isabella's boss. Now, coming back to this their issue, he said they didn't know who now collected the bread from Isabella's boss and kept on top of Sabrina's bed. We all know Sabrina is the girl that exited the show based on health complication and all that. So when Thelma said it he actually said it in a way that kind of maybe to expose Kayikunmi. And the worst thing is that when he said Kayikunmi was the one that collected the bread, he mentioned Isabella's name, and he was like, Isabella even know of it. It's somehow surprising to me because Thelma had known from beginning that Kayikunmi was the one that collected the bread. She didn't talk, and she was actually there when they were accusing Mensa. So if not the altercation between her and Kayikunmi in the kitchen, where Kayikunmi called her dumb, she wouldn't have said it. Like, she kept that secret to herself, and in her presence an innocent person was being accused, and she didn't deem it fit to actually talk to exonerate Mensa. She kept quiet until today because she had problem with Kayikunmi. She said it, and involving Isabella into the matter itself is somehow surprising. I know that, okay, Isabella may have seen the boyfriend, but what of her who saw it from beginning and didn't talk? Like, Isabella, Isabella is guilty, like she's guilty of every crime she thinks Isabella is guilty of. I'm not saying it because I am not a fan of Thelma, though I'm not a fan of Thelma, but to be very, very fair, look at it now. She knew right from the beginning that it was Kayikunmi that collected the bread, and in her presence they were accusing Mensa. She didn't say anything. The one that actually got me more surprised was Isabella. Like, Isabella is of the no. We know that it's your boyfriend, but covering up for your boyfriend in a thing like this, having another housemate being accused in your presence, that it was your boyfriend that did that. Okay, let's say you don't want to expose your boyfriend in the presence of everybody. What happens to going to him in the corner and be like, please bring it out, kind of try to cover everything, making your boyfriend to bring it out so that will stop accusing, so that they will stop accusing Mensa. Like, he knew quite alright, but according to Isabella, her own argument was that Kayikunmi may think that she has seen Kayikunmi, but her mind was not there. According to her, she said she actually didn't know that it was Kayikunmi that stole the bread. Then another person that was involved was Victory. He said Kayikunmi said days after that he had confided in Victory that he was the one that collected the bread. So guys, what do you think about this thing? Even when they were having that gasped, that misunderstanding, even when they were having that quarrel in the kitchen, bragged that she came with a lot of clothes that they got for 100 days, even if she wants to spend 100 days in the show, that one full big box is full of just Sunday eviction clothes. Then she has another box that is filled up of wig, that she does not have any space in the box for to hide food items. And I saw a clip that is already trending on the internet, because of this thing, where they opened, I think they were searching people's bag. They opened Thelma's bag and they saw some things that she hid, some provisions that she hid in the bag. So guys, what do you think about this? Like, the exposition on Kayikunmi, he didn't see that coming, and I'm so happy that at least everybody, they have all lost their own. So they are saying this thing, saying it in a happy kind of, like, all true. Mensa has been with that tag of he was the one that stole the bread. It just took Kayikunmi to call Thelma dumb for her to be able to, for her to expose it that it was Kayikunmi that stole the bread. As if that was not enough sef, she was looking for a way to drag Isabella's name inside. Like anything Thelma is saying, if she does not involve Isabella, she know the rest. I don't know what Isabella did to that girl, but she's so obsessed with that name Isabella that in any argument Thelma must look for a way to insert that name Isabella. I don't know, because okay, Isabella knew that Kayikunmi took the bread. She didn't say. You too, Thelma, you saw it and you still didn't say it. You still didn't speak. So why are you not making it look as if it's only Isabella that is wrong? Then you are right. Isabella is guilty for concealing the fact. You are also guilty. So guys, what do you guys think about this thing? I've been watching the show. It's actually very funny, you know. It was an opportunity for the housemates to just, you know, confess. Anything where you don't carry for another person for mine, they were just throwing up question. Yeah, the fun is still going on right now. I just excuse myself to make this video as it is hot to give you guys updates. What do you guys think about this Thelma obsession with Isabella? Like anything, she must look for a way to call Isabella's name. What do you guys think? I know that Isabella may be wrong. Not that may be wrong. I don't know, because according to Isabella, she said she didn't really see Kayikunmi. Kayikunmi had thought that Isabella saw him because maybe she was looking towards Kayikunmi's direction. But according to her, like she even saw, because when Kayikunmi was saying that, he carried that their fake mic, and he was like, Isabella, if you say you did not see me, or you swear. You get, she was just laughing it up. But if they actually know that thing was, if they actually know that it was not Mensa that did that thing, and they were there, they saw how the poor boy was being accused, and he was even crying about it, and they didn't say anything. It's actually very bad. What do you guys think? So that was how they exposed Kayikunmi. Guy, you know, if he hide the thing again, he had no choice than to just confess and call the name of everybody that was involved, everybody that saw him doing that. He just called the name, point, even the Thelma that exposed him. He also called Thelma name. This housemaid, there are a lot. Take as a fact, this is the first time in the history of Big Brother Naija where a housemate is saying openly that, or more, that e be like say you go consider voluntary exit to say, because this is fellow housemate, there are a lot. Tega, he was saying it in the garden with some other housemate, that he was saying Kai when the game was going on inside the house, because him and Sultana, Ivata, Big Soso, they were outside. They were not, you know, involved in the game, but I'm sure they heard their name. Thelma heard her name being mentioned, and at last, after everything, they brought the game outside. Right now, what is going on? There's been some exposition between Koyi, Sultana, and Jason J. I will make another video on that. Let me get the whole details. Guys, I saw this new update, this fresh gist. I said let me come and drop it as it is hot. Please, if this is your first time coming across my channel, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, like, comment and share. Thank you. Thanks for watching.